Hi everyone, it's Devine and welcome to Divine Miracles and the Tarot forecast, mini forecast for the Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo in that order, and the timestamps will be below. So, so what we're doing is we're working with the Gateway to the Divine Tarot by Cairo Marchetti, and we're also working with the Talking to Heaven cards. So if you have a loved one or you want a message from the angels and guides, we'll see what comes through as a little message, as a bonus message for each of the signs, okay? So we're doing this in 3 cards with life in general, relationships in general, and finances, okay? See where you're at. So let's start with Capricorn. Thank you for joining me. And start with life in general, personality, etc. for Capricorn right now. And for relationships, can be love or work or whatever, kids sometimes, and finances. That's it. Okay, and I'm just holding on to a little snow quartz crystal. Well, a snow quartz rock. Okay, so about Capricorn at the moment. Okay, this is you at the moment, or the energy around you at the moment. And we have the 5 of coins. Okay, so you could be feeling like you're a little bit left side, or things have not been working out for you financially, or you know, you've been struggling with something, or maybe someone sort of shut you out of their life at the moment. But whatever it is that you're feeling within yourself, you're just feeling that little bit of emotion or a little bit of sadness. But this is always changing too. So the energy of readings are always changing, okay? And maybe this is something that you've been feeling about yourself, is that no matter how much you have, there always just seems to feel like there's some little part of you missing, or something missing. And maybe you're going through a time where you're trying to gather the pieces of yourself back together, or finding out who you really are, and also how strong you really are as well, even despite situations where you've been left out in the cold, and you know, financially it's not always ideal, but you know, you're finding out a lot about yourself, and you are shifting more than you realize that you are, into a new dimension, and some new experiences for yourself as well. And maybe this has been reflecting in the way other people are treating you. Maybe you're clearing things out and getting rid of people or places or situations from your memory, and going through a whole time of healing right now. So it may feel like you're being left out, but you never are, okay? Try not to focus on lack, but instead focus on there's more where that came from, and abundance coming for you as well. And don't forget to check your moon and rising signs, so this can all tie in together. Okay, some people hate seeing the 5 of coins. I don't mind, because it's like it just shows you where you're at and you're moving from it, okay? As far as relationships goes, it's the Knight of Swords here. So there could be relationships with regards to communications, emails, phone calls happening, something busy taking place, also something intellectual taking place at work. Maybe there's a change in your position, or a change in someone else's position at work. Maybe your hours have changed as well. But usually this card comes in with relationships, with someone maybe coming in to help you and then leaving as well. So this is a quick energy. The Knight of Swords is one of those cards where suddenly something happens and then it fades away again as well. You know, your relationships are in need of deep communication. So maybe to ground yourself, pull yourself in and have a really good talk with somebody. Maybe this is about a friendship as well, or maybe just in your own personal relationship with someone that you care about. The talking needs to happen, you know, and maybe not beating yourself up also about the situation that you're in right now. Maybe you've just met someone, and this would indicate that there's a real need, or has been a connection with talking with each other. But also that there's news in the air. So something is coming, maybe from a distance for you, that's also going to help change or bring in a better vibration for you as well. Now, with regards to finances, it's sort of moving along with the first card. you're just feeling like everything's your responsibility at the moment, and you're feeling a little squashed. And sometimes this can happen when you've actually had a promotion. You know, you've had a promotion and you've got all this extra work, or you've asked for extra money and it brings in extra responsibility. But the message here is just not to let everything get on top of you. Like, you can have a deeper responsibility with regards to work and finances and working for yourself or whatever, and suddenly all these clients start coming in, and you know, you've got to juggle things around and organize things. The biggest message for Capricorn is, even when there's a lot of weight on your shoulders, try not to then internalize everything and start to make yourself feel worse about life situations. Because, you know, you're very optimistic usually, and, you know, you're able to put on a good smile and, you know, do things. Don't ignore your feelings within yourself though, you know. But at the same time, don't harbor on any negative energies, because there's a lot of negative energies that are around at the moment as we build up into this love energy for the 14th of February. It's like all these fears and worries and, you know, control issues come to the surface, like deeply. You know, don't get yourself weighed underneath it as everything has to be, you know, you may be thinking to yourself, you're the one that's got to fix everything. But there are people there that are willing to help you. So make sure that you're also delegating extra work out. Like, don't let it all fall on top of your shoulders, okay? So, you know, financially, although there's a strain, I just feel like you're in this transition stage. You're starting to feel better about yourself. Don't start falling backwards into doubting who you are and what you're doing, because that won't get you to where you really want to be, okay? That's just going to make you feel worse. So it's about self-talk for Capricorn. Now, if you've been wanting a message from a loved one that's passed, or just curious, or you're wanting something from the angels, here we go. Let's see what comes out for Capricorn. Okay. Believe in yourself. You can do it. Now, that's a perfect message for Capricorn, because you can tend to go downward a little bit, okay, when things are not always working exactly how you would like. But believe in yourself. You can do it. Is this showing you that no matter where it is that you are in your life, there's something that's shifting as you start to see yourself in a positive light. You move more positive things into your, you know, forefront of your mind, okay? But as I said, people have been getting triggered by different events and feelings and emotions and fears, and everything's coming to the surface. So it's hard sometimes to believe in yourself. But give yourself the advice that you would give to other people, you know. And that's one thing for the month of February that I talked about as well, is, you know, how would you answer someone else if they came to you for assistance? You'd be saying to them, come on, it doesn't matter what's going on, you're fine, you're going to do it, you're going to get there, it's going to be okay, no matter what, you know. And you would say that. So you need to also look at your own situation and give yourself some advice. You know, what if someone came to you with all the problems that you're going through? What is the answer that you would give them? And you will always know, and you will always then stay completely in tune with everything around you, okay? Start believing in yourself, okay? You can do anything that you set your mind to, all right? Anything is possible, so don't limit yourself either. So something's coming through for Capricorn that's going to change the events that have been going on, but you must maintain a positive focus for it to be an easier process for you, okay? So thank you for Capricorn for listening. All the Capricorns out there, take a deep sigh of relief. It's all going to change, okay? And now for Taurus. Thank you for listening, Taurus. I'm doing 3 cards from the Gateway to the Divine Tarot. On yourself, on relationships, on finances. And also, as a bonus, we're doing the Talking to Heaven cards. So this can be about your pets, loved ones, angels and guides, and what message they have for you as well. So let's get started, Taurus. Okay, life in general. And relationships in general, or work, or whatever. For Taurus. And that's the card. And also for finances for Taurus. And don't forget, you can always get, you know, deeper readings with me at my website. Healing, shamanic healing, packages, all kinds of things. I work with you, okay? And your budget. All right, so let's start with Taurus. What's going on with you right now? The Lovers card comes into it. This is awesome to see, okay? Maybe this is something that is a surprise, but it looks like there's going to be a deeper connection here for you. And maybe because this is your card in particular, like this is, the Lovers card is representing your personality and life in general at the moment. It's like you're going through a stage of release, of healing, of change, a change in relationships, a change with your relationship within yourself, which is very, very positive. There could be here for some people past life connections, past life dreams, something going on here that is connecting you with a long time ago, or maybe a reconnection with somebody, maybe even a friend that you haven't seen or heard from in a really long time. And it's bringing you that feeling of bliss within yourself, which is always positive. Okay, when you're feeling good about yourself, everything starts to flow. There's also like a new development going on here for Taurus, a new development in healing, in how you see life and where you see yourself in your life as well, which is really positive. For relationships, we have another major card. We have the Magician, and this can be talking about your relationship at work, where things are changing, or your own work is changing and the way that you see things is changing. Maybe you're getting into more spiritual work, in which case you have a lot of magic energy around you as well. And sometimes with relationships, this can come up when you're in a place of real decision making, and the Lovers can also indicate this as well, but also that this is a major point in your life, because you know, these are major arcana cards as well. So you're in a major turning point, a major crossroad in your life. Trust your instincts, because if there's someone around that you don't trust, you know, you can be sure that this is accurate. And remember that you're a manifester, an amazing manifester in your own right. To change the way that you want things to happen in your life, you can manifest it with your thoughts as well. Everything is coming together for you. You're staying grounded, which is really, really positive and which is really needed at this time. So relationships are positive, things changing at work, or within your own personal work that you do. And, you know, you are quite a leader at the moment, showing the way forward. Financially, we have the Knight of Coins, which is a really good one to see, because he takes a long time to come. But when he does, you can start to feel like things are being repaid, things are, you know, suddenly coming forward. Messages that you're receiving about tax or whatever, or inheritance or whatever, you might be getting more than you think that you're getting. It's taken a time, maybe it's taken a lot of effort, but you're receiving the results, and they're very, very positive with regards to your finances and life in general. So for Taurus, you're on this upward trend. You know, you're going up. It's really vital that you don't keep on focusing on the past now. Even though you've got a lot of past energy and trigger points coming up for you, it's time to roll forward. Nothing that was ever before has any place into the future, okay? So it's time to roll forward for yourself. Keep manifesting, keep focusing on the best. Be open to new lovers or new people coming into your life, or new friendships. Be open to these people, because it seems to me that you can trust the situations. If you don't trust anyone, follow through with that. You know, don't just sit there and let it go and be steamrolled. Trust those feelings, okay? And everything's starting to turn into a more positive light. So for Taurus, that's awesome. You guys have been working on this, and it's starting to pay off for you. Okay, so in regards to talking to heaven and these cards here, if you have a loved one that you would like a message from, let's see what comes through. Otherwise, angels and guides, ancestors can sometimes come through. So even people you haven't met from family are supporting you. Let's see what the message is. Taurus. I was met by so many loving people. So when your loved one passed away, even your animals, okay, they were met with with so many loving people. And it's true, you know, the connection that I've had with the other side of the veil, and the people that I've lost in my life, and the search that I went on to find everything out. This was the biggest thing. And also with hypnotherapy, people who have done quantum healing hypnosis therapy with me, or timeline therapy, sometimes we go through transitions here, and that is exactly what happens. There are so many people that come forward with nothing but actual deep unconditional love for you. They come forward and you feel that love that's been kind of like missing in your whole life. It's like some of us are searching for love here because we remember on some level what it was like when we pass and we're on the other side of the veil, and we're just surrounded by, imagine being surrounded by unconditional love like all the time, you know. Imagine how different like a loving, peaceful environment is. Like no pain, no physicality, no bills to pay or anything like that. So your loved one wants you to know that when they transitioned, even if it was in one of the most bizarre circumstances or whatever, that they were just greeted with this intense love, which magnified love in general and magnified that eternal cord between you guys and brought that love towards you. So you need to embrace this love in your life now and know that your angels, your guides, your loved ones, your ancestors, they're all there and they're all with you, and they're all very safe as well. And they were greeted with that beautiful unconditional love that you may need to give back to yourself as well. So that's a beautiful message for Taurus. I hope that that was helpful to you. And don't forget your your moon and your rising sign as well, okay, to watch those and match it all up. Okay, so moving on to Virgo. Now Virgo, thank you for joining me. I am using the Gateway to the Devine tarot cards, and we're doing 3 of these cards with regards to finances, relationships, and also life in general. And then we're going to do a message from the Talking to Heaven deck. So if you have would you like a message from a loved one or something, even your ancestors, guides, or angels, there could be a message that comes through here for you. So be open to that, okay? And we're going to do that last. So let's go Virgo. Okay, what's been happening with you and your life in general for Virgo? Virgo, life in general, relationships in general, work or love or friends, and also finances, okay? Finances for Virgo. Okay, we never know what we're going to get. I'm working with a snow quartz rock today, just in case you wanted to know what rock I had in my hand. So I'm working with the snow quartz. Okay, so here we go for Virgo. So firstly, what's going on around you at the moment, life in general, personality, etc. And it seems like you've been feeling like this, like you can't see your way forward a little bit. Maybe there's been some arguments, maybe there's been some jealousy, maybe there's been some negativity. You don't feel completely at balance, like within yourself. And, you know, you also feel like something's not quite right and you don't know what it is and you can't put your finger on it, okay? It feels like there's a spirituality to this card because of the purple here. And with that spirituality, that may be what's not being revealed to you. You may be feeling something on a spiritual level and you can't put your finger on what it is. Maybe there's been spirits in your home, or maybe there's been a connection that you're trying to make with a loved one or a guide or something like that, and you feel like you're out of it a little bit, or maybe you feel like you're not coming along as quickly as others or something in your own journey. But the idea here is trying not to look around you with your physical eyes. Right now you need to be trusting in your feelings, because you're getting too many conflicting thoughts going on with regards to many different things in your life. you're conflicted about certain facts or the past, or maybe somebody told you something in the past and you're confused now because you see a whole different way than what you were taught. Sometimes this happens with parents. You know, one parent's telling us one thing and we lived with the other parent, so we thought something of this parent, and then we get to know that parent and we're like, that's nothing like I thought. So your whole life was sort of flipped upside down. This may be going on for some people. You're analyzing things from a different perspective, which is good, okay? But don't worry if you can't fill in all the blanks right at the moment, because things are going to get revealed to you. You're going to find out, okay? Always find out, so don't worry. As far as relationships goes, this is relationships at work or, just in general. We have the Two of Coins. You can see the rainbow energy here, the focus on this person. Now is a time for balance. You've got the Two of Swords, you've got the Two of Coins. It's time for balance, okay? If you are always giving too much in a relationship, it's time to balance it out. If you're giving too much in friendships, time to get rid of some negative people if that's the case. It's time to clear, okay? Because you need to feel like you're strong and focused and, mentally capable of doing anything. And you can't when there's people that are constantly picking on you, which I'm kind of feeling this energy of negative sort of picks at you, or maybe you're doing it to yourself a little bit. The Two of Coins here also shows that if you have been worried about a situation, you'll soon have clarity, okay? You'll soon have understanding. But to stay balanced with work and at home, body, mind, and spirit, doing your little meditations, keeping yourself going and moving forward, and not letting yourself fall victim to other people's demands or what they think of you, or you feel like really bad because you need to call somebody. You shouldn't feel that way. Like with my friends, they know we could go a couple of years without speaking and just pick up where we left off. There's no pressure because we're both living lives. We've got stuff to do. We're kind of busy. So, if we don't talk to each other all the time, well, then it's all the better when we do catch up. It's a better conversation, So don't feel like you always have to do for everybody else. It's time for doing for yourself. And that is how you're going to be able to progress, and move forward. In your finances, okay, so something major is happening here with regards to finances. Some people, they see the Emperor as a father type energy, and I do too. So this could mean your father is helping you with something, or you are taking on, your father's business or some kind of business related to him. Or if this is not your father, then there's somebody there who's very, very strong and like a father to you perhaps, or you look up to as a mentor, is going to help you with your finances and help everything to balance out. And sometimes this can mean you're becoming a boss of a company or your own company, or getting a promotion as well, because there's accolades behind this. So for Virgo, all right, things are a little bit up and down. You're not too sure about certain people, places, situations and things. You're balancing everything, or you're doing your best to. So don't let anybody who's negative in nature have a big effect on your life. It's time that, we all go through this clearing stage and let go of people that we really don't need. And so we can move forward with focus and love and peace and abundance as our main directive, instead of what about this and what about that, and I'm worried about that. You can't live your life like that, because it's distraction from where you really want to be. And it's not selfish to actually accelerate. It actually inspires other people. They go, okay, you can do it, I can do it. And they start getting on their own 2 feet, okay? Just be sure that you're keeping yourself in balance. If you're thinking too much, pull yourself back in. If you're feeling too much, pull yourself back in. Ask for all the pieces of you as a soul to connect and move back into your body. Okay, this is going to help you a lot. Okay, a message from a loved one or from the angels or guides, okay? So I'm asking for Virgos that are listening to get or receive a message. And okay, this is interesting. A message for Virgo, it's not your fault. Okay, so you must blame yourself in some way for something that's happened, either with someone that's living or someone that's passed on. You know, you must be blaming yourself for a situation. Maybe you were abused as a child and you've always blamed yourself. And, you know, maybe this is just saying to you, hey, come on now. You always tend to blame yourself, and you're blaming yourself when anything goes wrong now. It's not your fault, okay? The person who's passed over is sorry to you for some reason, or asking for forgiveness for some reason, and for you to actually forgive yourself and begin to believe in yourself again as well, okay? You need to understand that there's nothing but unconditional love from the other side of the veil, and that's what they're sending out to you. So if you've blamed yourself for a situation, or blamed yourself for someone's death, or wish you could have talked to them at the end, or, you know, wish you could have been there at the end, or wish you had said more, it's time to stop. And you're getting that message directly, you know, from the other side of the veil. It's time to stop putting the blame on yourself and hating yourself and beating yourself up because you're not getting where you want to be in your life by doing that. And it doesn't help your health either. Okay, so if things are not going well within you, look at the emotions that keep on coming to the surface. It is not your fault, no matter what has happened, okay? It's time to forgive and release. You don't have to forgive the other person. You can ask God to do that, but you can need to forgive yourself for having bad thoughts of yourself, you know, and limiting yourself and your experiences. So I hope that was helpful to all of the earth signs out there. I want to thank you guys so much for listening. And remember that I'm always there if you need healing or shamanic work or a 6 weeks course with me, and it's really intense. You know, we do 6 weeks, 2 hours a week. It's full on. And if you want to learn my own method of timeline energy therapy, I'm going to be teaching this. And I first thought I was going to be teaching it in person, but it looks like I'll be creating it online so that everybody listening can do it and add it to your actual practice. So I'm getting things together behind the scenes. But if you need anything, of course, you've got someone on side. Okay, you know where I am, devinemiracles.com. So until the next time, sending lots and lots of love and many blessings to you all, and goodbye for now.